children of all ages. Welcome to the Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, Major League Wrestling, MLW, has their first ever pay-per-view this Saturday, only on Fight TV and all other TV providers. Major League Wrestling, Saturday night, SuperFight. I've been following MLW on their MLW Fusion show, which is on YouTube, on their YouTube page, and on Fight TV. It's on there free. It's also on they're on BN Sports. Not a lot of people have that channel. If you've never checked it out, you might want to check it out. Some good stuff. It's a nice little. I mean, obviously it's not a big company. They have some names, but they have some kind of the next generation of names. Guys, in 5 years, you're going to see in AEW, WWE. Some names have already been there. Some familiar names. So we're going to run down this 8-match card. I think there's some great matchups here. I think some of these matches can be really good, really intriguing. First matchup, we have Low-Ki, former TNA X Division champion, former Tough Enough winner on WWE, versus Brian Pillman Jr. If you've never heard that before, yes, the son of the loose cannon, Brian Pillman Jr., looks just like his daddy, is a professional wrestler in MLW. Very talented young man. He's got a bright future. I have him beating Low-Ki here. This really hasn't had much of a feud to it, but kind of the Hart Foundation versus the whatever the hell the lady's name is that kind of been running this little faction thing. Low-Ki's kind of been in and out of it with her former MLW champion, but I think it's kind of a nice kind of kickoff here for Brian Pillman to kind of get a little bit bigger. Next up, we have the Stairway to Hell match, triple threat match. If you've never seen the Stairway to Hell match, instead of being, it's a ladder match, but instead of being a title above the ring, there's a weapon. So somebody gets to climb the ladder and get the weapon. We have Jimmy fucking Havoc versus Bestie 666, Besta 666 versus Mance Warner. Jimmy Havoc is signed to AEW. I think he's kind of transitioning away from the indie stuff over to mainly AEW only. So this might be his last indie match. Bestia 666 is just kind of a hardcore guy out of Mexico for Crash Wrestling out of Mexico. Mance Warner, he's kind of the next hardcore guy, I believe. I think he is going to be kind of the new version of like a Mick Foley, like a Jimmy Havoc kind of guy. Crazy as hell. Mancer is just freaking nuts. Beer drinking, just hardcore fighter. I actually got Mance Warner winning this. Next up, nice little, more of an MMA style kind of brawl. We have Filthy Tom Lawler, former MMA wrestler, fighter, versus Timothy Thatcher. Timothy Thatcher, if you've never seen him in a match, he can stand toe-to-toe, beat the fuck out of you, or he can mat wrestle you. So I actually have Filthy Tom Lawler winning that. And actually, I would like it for that to be a number one contender match, but it's not. Then we have, before we get to our 4 titles, we have one more match. We have a 6-man tag trios match. We have Injustice, which is Jordan Oliver, Cota Brazil, Myron Reed, versus Gringo Loco, Puma King, and Septimo Dragon. Gringo Loco has kind of been feuding with Injustice here recently. He tagged with them at one point in time. Injustice, I guess, are led by Rich Swann. It's just been kind of these guys who got censored for saying stuff, so they come out with tape over their mouth, like at the injustice of what they've done and all this. I actually have them winning this. Now we start our 4 title matches. We have the MLW National Openweight title. We have a middleweight title. We have a world title. The openweight title is basically any weight class. It's kind of a mock-off of New Japan. They had the never openweight. We have champion Alexander Hammerstone representing the Dynasty versus Hart Foundation, which has been a huge feud in MLW. Hart Foundation and Dynasty. Davey Boy Smith Jr., the son of the British Bulldog. Hammerstone, if you've never seen Alexander Hammerstone, over the last year and a half, he's kind of been developing in the indie circuit. He is a guy that, he reminds me of a young Dave Bautista, but he's got the look, kind of like a Jericho look, with the kind of the styles of Batista. Very talented in the ring. This match will be really good. It's going to be just 2, guys going at it brawling. Actually picking Hammerstone to retain. So That's for the National Openweight title. Next up, we have the MLW World Middleweight title, which is kind of like, they don't have a cruiserweight division, they just have the middleweight division. We have champion Teddy Hart, yes, the grandson of Stu Hart, and the nephew of Bret Hart, versus A-Double Austin Aries. The belt collector Austin Aries has arrived in MLW. He's been kind of feuding with the Hart Foundation a little bit. I have Aries actually winning this. I have him beating Teddy Hart for the title. Next up, we have the MLW tag titles on the line in the Texas Tornado match. We have the champions, the Dynasty, which is MJF of AEW, and Richard Holiday. If you don't know anything about the Dynasty is MJF, Richard Holiday, and Alexander Hammerstone. MJF and Holiday are these rich prick kids who never had to work for anything in their life. It's kind of what their character they're playing, and they're better than everyone else. And so, and Hammerstone's kind of the bodyguard almost. And so they've been ducking the Von Erichs. Yeah, you heard the name right. The Von Erichs. Marshall and Ross Von Erich, the sons of Kerry Von Erich. The Von Erich legacy continues. Two just talented as fuck young Texans. Reminds me of a young Bradshaw and Fruit kind of guys. That's that kind of tag team. Kind of this in your face, kind of punch you in the face. Really no wrestling, just more brawling than anything. In the Texas Tornado match, which that is basically all four guys in the ring, and have at it, boys. I'm picking the Von Erichs to actually win this and become MLW Tag Team Champions. Alright, next up, main event, we have the MLW World Title line. We have champion Jacob Fatu. If you recognize that last name, it is the son of the Tongan Kid, the nephew of Umaga and Rikishi. Jacob Fatu, the cousin to the Usos. In an interview, he talked about Uncle Rikishi, Uncle Eddie Fatu, Rikishi. How he taught him wrestling with the Usos. And that really the only difference is Jacob Fatu does a backflip off the top rope. He said he used to practice that doing a backflip into Uncle Eddie's pool, playing with the Usos. So yeah, been champion here. I didn't write down probably a few months now. Going up against the ageless wonder, La Parka, LA Park. LA Park, yes, the LA Park from WCW Cruiserweight title back in the day, then LA Park. Now, over the weekend, there was a LA Park in AAA Wrestling, or CMLL, who broke his neck in a ring. It was a different LA Park. This LA Park was in CMLL when he went to the States and did more indie wrestling. CMLL put another character in the LA Park character, and that's the one that broke their neck. So this match is still on. This is the LA Park from the days of WCW. 53-year-old ageless wonder. I think it's more of a, he won the golden ticket, which was the #1 contender thing. So I think Jacob Fatu wins this, retains here. It's just another name for him to kind of build his resume up. But that is going to be MLW Saturday Night SuperFight, the first ever MLW pay-per-view. Make sure if you're a pro wrestling fan, you check it out. Sometime early next week, I'll have the review up for it. Kind of looking forward to it. I do enjoy watching some MLW Major League Wrestling. Rich Bocchini and Jim Cornette are the announcers, so it's pretty intriguing there. Make sure you check out the review next week. As always, thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show, and don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports town content.